Hello, hello. It's Robert Jordan from Cat Full of Ghost Electronics. I'm a little sick today, but I wanted to make another video about the King Pugilist software that we can see over here. Software for manipulating and glitching images. And we do that using all these effects down here. Super easy to use, but I just wanted to show off the effects individually. I'm going to skip over stuff like brightness, hue and contrast, because that's all pretty basic stuff. We all know what that is. We can crank that right up. We've got bit shift. So bit shift pushes the bits of the colors up and causes them to wrap around, which can give you some really nice digital spew effects. Of course, we can shift left and shift right. We've got invert. We've got a whole bunch of indedness effects. So here we're doing bit manipulation again, but only to certain channels and only to certain parts of channels. And we've also got palette index effects, which can cause some nice kind of posterization that is a little different from just reducing the number of color levels. Row and column hold, which will glitch rows and columns all the way across. Classic solarize effect. We can adjust a fake Bayer scale, which gives a nice, almost like a LucasArts style effect there. We of course have color levels, so we can reduce the number of colors in an image. Down, down, and down. Dithering. We've got a whole bunch of different equations for dithering. Glitch noise. So we can add noise, and you can re-randomize your noise. And of course, when you are doing batch processing, you can turn this on, and it will randomize the noise on every subsequent frame rather than having them all the same. And this noise becomes really useful with some of these later down effects because noise will really affect how they will look. Of course, pixelization, pixel overflow. So pixel overflow uses a luma value to roll over our bits, which means you can get nice kind of stuff like that. We've got offsets, so you can wrap the image around left and right. Added in version 2 is JPEG microblock tearing. We've got a whole bunch of different pixel sorts. So we've got your classic pixel sort. And if I pull it up all the way, the whole thing smears. We've also got sort by hue, which is a slightly more unusual pixel sort you don't always see around. Gives you a different kind of effect. We've got sort by saturation. Again, another pixel sort effect. Slice displacement. So we can use this to add some wavy displacement. Slice melt. So this is a vertical smearing and repetition we can get. That's quite nice. You can see it's smearing colors vertically for us there. Interlace and comb. So this is a classic kind of TV interlace effect. We can shift every second pixel by a given amount to give that nice kind of old CRT look. Phosphor bleed, so this is another CRT look. It blurs the blue channel to give us a nice kind in the horizontal direction only. And so that combined with interlace comb gives us a pretty nice CRT style effect. Stenography noise, so this is another type of noise we can introduce. select corruption, so we can use lookup tables to create this nice kind of, digital spewing sort of effect. We've also got bit plane extraction. We can extract individual bit planes from an image, which can be very useful to get cool kind of glitch effects. We've got some feedback stuff, so you can repeat and feed an image back sideways. Can give you a nice kind of sense of motion. Scan lines, of course, where you have control over frequency and the amount. The corruption. So this introduces areas of corrupted data for us. Channel shift, that classic 3D effect. Digital artifacts. So this goes from all the way from quite subtle down here. It's a bit hard to see. As we come up, you can see that getting posterization in the background. We're starting to get areas of corrupted pixels, lines across the image. We've also got a Luma key. So yeah, this looks pretty freaky. And if we come through with our Luma key, we can pull it down a bit to kind of bring back a bit of the original image. And of course, we can reverse the key. Other fun stuff we've got include ringing. So ringing is where we can take a threshold of luminance values, and then we can stretch those pixels sideways. So for example, we've got a high threshold and a low threshold. You can see I'm smearing more or less pixels. We can do the ringing as the same pixel color. We can do it as white, or we can do it as black. The white and black are good to see what pixels you're actually smearing or manipulating here. So we set it back to same, pull it across to here. We can also change the direction. See? Change our directions there. And we can also change our ringing distance. So we've got total randomize, which will randomize all parameters, and it pretty much just creates absolute chaos. It's rare that you will find something other than pure noise and spew in here, but it's very nice if those are the kinds of textures you're after. We also have partial randomize. So partial randomize will slightly randomize the parameters that you have changed. So for example, we know what parameters I've changed here. Now when I go partial randomize, we use a W key, we can see it is slightly adjusting the parameters that I have changed. And once we're done, we can simply save our image. And now we've got a beautiful image.